Hey guys, it's Mio, and today's craft tutorial is going to show you how to make these really cute Pusheen mermaids using polymer clay. It's been a while since I've made something a little more intricate with polymer clay, and I really loved how these charms turned out. I really love Pusheens, I love mermaids, and the two combined together is just perfect. This charm is actually fairly easy to create. You just need a little bit of practice in order to perfect a few things. This charm is the perfect size to wear as a jewelry item or to give away to a friend of yours or a family member. So if you want to learn how to create this, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you haven't already. And do check out my other social media websites such as Instagram and Twitter to get previews of videos to come. And like I told you guys earlier, it's been a while since I made a polymer clay tutorial. Please let me know in the comments below if you want me to keep creating more Pusheen clay tutorials. Let's go ahead and get this tutorial started. I'm going to start off by creating the tail, and for Pusheen's tail I'm going to use some pink clay, and once you roll into a ball you're only going to roll one end into a small little cone shape. The length of the tail should be about ½ inch long. For the body of Pusheen, you're going to take a gray piece of clay and you're going to make sure that it's large enough to fit on the actual pink tail you created earlier. So I'm going to pinch off a small piece of clay, and with that extra clay I'm going to make two little triangle pieces, and this is going to be Pusheen's ears. Go ahead and stick the ears on top of the gray piece of clay that you had earlier, and you want to smooth everything out. So you don't want to be able to see the edges of the actual ears. So I'm taking a blade because I don't have a blender, and I'm just really going to smooth everything out until it looks nice and clean. Once you're happy with it, I'm taking the blade and I'm going to cut off where the top part of Pusheen's body is going to end. And then I'm also going to do the same thing on the tail. So I'm just going to cut off all the extra clay, and what you'll have is a tail and a body, and you're going to stick those two pieces together. And if you measured the diameter of each piece correctly, they should be fairly close to one another. It's okay if one piece is a little bit bigger, you can smooth out the edges just a tad bit. To make some fish scales, I'm taking a piece of purple clay and I'm going to cut this up into small pieces that are about the same size and roll them into tiny little spheres. When you flatten these, they will form tiny little circles, and if you cut them in half, you'll now have semicircles which look very similar to fish scales, and you're going to line this around the perimeter of where the body and the head meets. I picked purple here because I think purple is a really good color to match with pink, but you can pick a different color if you want. The next part I didn't film in great detail because I didn't really think it would be very helpful, but what I really did is I started creating all the details of Pusheen's face and the fish scales that are on the tail. What I done is I taken some dark gray and black clay, I rolled them into very tiny, really thin snakes to create the mouth, and made tiny little balls to create the eyes. This really takes practice, and because the pieces are so small, I actually use different clay tools to help me create them. It just takes honestly time and practice. So this kitty mermaid has a few accessory items. I'm going to make a tiny little star. I took some tiny piece of yellow clay, put 5 little dents in it using a clay tool, and gently with some clay tools in my fingers kind of pinch each of these edges to form a very small star. Once you're happy with how the star looks, you can position this right underneath Pusheen's ears, and you're going to need a seashell. So with some light blue clay, I kind of shaped it into a tiny little triangle, flattened it, and put 2 dents evenly spaced apart, and you'll have what looks like a rudimentary tiny little shell. And I want Pusheen to hold this, so I put this right in the center of her chest, and I'm going to put 2 little arms to hug it. So I use some gray clay that's the same color as their body and gently smooth out 2 small little hands. I also took some tiny white clay, rolled them into small little pearls, string them along, and put it right underneath the star as an accessory item piece. Don't forget the small accents on Pusheen's back. She has 2 stripes on the back of her. I didn't give her a tail because instead she has a mermaid tail. And to complete the mermaid tail, I took some purple clay, put 2 long ovals together, and this forms a tail, and just gently attach this to the tip of her tail, and that's pretty much what Pusheen looks like as a mermaid. If you'd like for her to be a charm, now is a great time to insert an eye pin at the very top before you bake it. And I baked my charm pieces in the oven at 250 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 minutes and let it cool down before I started using. And that, guys, is all I did to create this really cute Pusheen mermaid charm. I don't think it was that hard to make. It does take some time and practice though, and I hope you guys found this video really helpful to help you create your very own. If you like this video and you like this tutorial in particular, let me know in the comments below and tell me what else you would like me to create, if it's another Pusheen character or more polymer clay tutorials. Thank you guys so much for watching. For more videos like these, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you haven't already. And don't forget my other social media websites, such as Instagram and Twitter, to have previews of videos to come. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I'll catch you guys very soon. Bye!